as they get set to jump things up. Lily Meister and Ivy Fox, and Kansas will have the opening tip-off.
Here we see the Haskell defense showing zone immediately. Just probably a difficult time matching up with the Jayhawks in a lot of different aspects, but forcing a turnover, at the very least in a jump ball there earlier in that possession, as Lily Meister mishandles the post-entry pass, and possession arrow goes to Haskell.
Good job on the defensive effort. 3 jerseys around Meister and force the tie-up, and a possession back to Haskell for the first time. Little give and go. Get the ball to Fox. She's in the lane, but travels. Fox, a transfer from LaSalle. Has some D1 experience under her belt. Second leading scorer for Haskell.
And I'm sure Haskell will be leaning on Fox quite a bit this evening with her D1 experience and being used to playing in these big-time environments, as Lily Meister fights for a second chance opportunity with the early and one.
Meister has been steady as you can be the last 2 games. 11 points, 5 rebounds in each of the last 2. And her 11 points matching a season high. She's had 4 games right at 11. Gets an early 3 here for Kansas. We'll get into a little bit more about how this matchup came about as we move forward. Outside look at 3. How about that one? The friendly roll from Murray from 3. She's got a big smile on her face as well. Knocks down the 3 ball from the center position for Haskell. Here's a shot from Keely Parks, the freshman out of Norman, Oklahoma. A little too strong. I don't know if that's on the scouting report or not, but you got to step out and guard Murray there. She's going to launch a 3. Would it shock you that's her first made 3 of the season?
Yeah, it would not shock me, but hey,
right.
if there's ever time to get on the board from behind the arc, why not here in Allen Fieldhouse?
Fox with the bucket quickly for Haskell, and then trading buckets now quickly up the floor was Elle Evans for the deuce. Fandel out guarding out front. Mentioned the freshman with the big performance in the last matchup for Kansas against Denver. Gets a steal here, knocking it away from Fox. Turnover back to Kansas. Fandel now back the other direction. Lost the handle, kick out. Nichols for 3. Off the back iron, too strong. Rebound to Tirza Penn. Little give and go. Rufine tried to find Ivy Fox down the lane, and off the hands of Fox and out of bounds.
A couple nice pick and roll actions early by Haskell, which looked like there were going to be 2 opportunities to convert into baskets. Just a little bit difficulty in the moment handling that basketball, but it's nice to see them be able to create some open looks.
Early sub for Haskell, Jayla Flint off the bench. On the inside wearing 34. Miss for Kansas, Nichols gets the rebound. Here's Fandel, corner 3. Meister the rebound, and nice dish to Evans for the lay-in.
And a great recognition by Elle Evans as she knew that Lily Meister was going to fight hard for that offensive rebound. She was standing at the free throw line as that was developing, and then dove to the basket, improving the angle and giving her an easy shot.
Fox on the dribble, had it knocked away. Ends up back in the hands of Penn. Long 3, off the mark. Rebound to Samaya Nichols. Nichols on the run. Through the lane, to the hoop, and 1. Samaya Nichols driving to the basket. Her first made bucket, and will head to the line for a free throw.
You know, that's going to have to be something that the Kansas offense is going to have to do if they don't want to have to go against the Haskell zone on a regular basis. They're going to have to get stops on the defensive end and then push it in transition before the Haskell defenders can get back and set up in that zone.
Samaya Nichols leading the nation in free throw attempts and free throw makes. Not a real surprise after last season, but that was her 101st free throw attempt, 85 makes, good for an 84% plus clip on the season for Nichols. Puts Kansas up 5. Long three is missed. The other way come the Jayhawks. 3 subs waiting to come in for Kansas on the next dead ball. Meister through the lane, steps by the defender, and up and in.
A great move there by Lily Meister. As soon as she caught the ball, she saw the Haskell defender, Flint, waiting right there for the wall up. Good balance, not shuffling her feet, with a great rip through and high finish off the glass.
9 straight points now for Kansas after trailing by an early 2. Picking up the dribble out front is Penn, looking for help. Gets it in the hands of Astorga in the lane, tried the dish, couldn't get rid of it, but got it back and sticks it up and good.
Keely Parks actually deflected that pass, and I think that she thought that her teammate had secured the basketball. She began to take off down the court, and that wasn't the case, as Astorga was right place, right time, and was able to put it back in.
Parks, high arcing 3 is off the back iron. Rebound to Haskell. Penn on the dribble. Back top of the key, and they'll reset. Vandell knocks it away from Fox. Gets it back. Here's Dufine, leading scorer for Haskell. Point guard spot. Drive and kick, and missed shot by Astorga. Rebound to Kansas. Approaching the midpoint here this opening quarter. Kansas by 5. Parks behind an L. Evans screen, rattles around and out. And rebound to Haskell. Talking to Coach Strom earlier today, said they like to play a little motion offense, but probably wouldn't do as much of that tonight. It'll be a little more set plays. Felt like that motion would be a problem going against Kansas. There's Evans back the other direction off the turnover. Couldn't hit the short one. Rebound to Haskell. And Flint in the middle. Drop it off. Shot is up and missed by Penn from the wing. In the lane, handoff from Nichols to Meister. Meister's off to the quick start. Now with 7.
Quick start and a nice paint touch there by Samaya Nichols, choosing not to force the issue with a contested shot over Flint, using that pivot and finding Lily Meister for a better shot. You know, you mentioned Haskell and Coach Strom not wanting to use that kind of motion offense there, but certainly you can see that Haskell, whenever they have an opportunity, they're going to have a quick trigger and try to get a shot on basket.
Knocked out of bounds. Haskell will maintain. Time up on the floor will take one as well. Kansas trailed by 2 early, reeling off a bunch courtesy of Lily Meister. Down the nets and heading to the NAIA National Tournament. Now playing here tonight at Allen Fieldhouse, and kind of a dream come true for many of these players. These two teams have developed kind of a relationship. They do some things off the court together. Haskell has come to some Jayhawk practices, and players have gotten to know each other a little bit. Two coaches have obviously gotten to know each other quite a bit. So it's kind of nice that they're able to square off tonight.
Yeah, and at the pregame, you saw both teams kind of congregate there at half court, taking a group picture together. I tell you what, there's not many places across the country where that's happening in December. Just some incredible footage of seeing Haskell cut down the nets there last year, and what a great way to be able to build some momentum and getting ready to defend that title than playing a tough non-conference game right here against Kansas.
Brittany Harshaw off the Jayhawk bench, getting a bucket. Nice feed from the near El Tayeb. El Tayeb in as well, the senior center out of Seattle. Harshaw, the junior guard out of Andover, Kansas. Also Laya Canessa into the Kansas lineup, the junior guard out of Barcelona, Spain. And Sanaya Copeland, the senior guard out of Kansas City, Kansas. Both teams going subs after a long first kind of session. Obviously playing with a little adrenaline to start as well. Both teams going to their bench. Copeland on the rip and goes the other way, but attempted a block shot by Penn, and a whistle and a foul as Copeland will head to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, we see there by that physical foul. Listen, we mentioned the goodwill between these two teams as they've shared that over the years. But listen, this is not an exhibition game. This is December. This is meaningful basketball. This has real implications on the win-loss columns. This has real implication on the momentum and the confidence that both these teams are building and developing going into their conference play. And so I think we'll start to kind of see the goodwill and maybe the butterflies kind of wear off as this game progresses, as they should.
Copeland makes 1 of 2 at the line, and the Jayhawks lead at 11. I got a chance to talk to Coach Strom earlier today and ask about playing in this matchup, and he said, I don't want my kids to be in awe. You know, they come to Jayhawk games and watch as fans, and he jokingly said, we also want to keep Samaya Nichols off the free throw line. I said, that's usually a pretty good scouting report. He said, you know, we're used to cheering for her, but we got to know that we got to go out and guard her here tonight. Yeah, you're El Tayeb on the inside. Missed the first one. Put back bucket is up and good by Harshaw. And Haskell wants a quick timeout as the Jayhawks a 15-2 run to push the lead to 13.
Yeah, you want to respect the opportunity that Haskell has here, but
I'm playing a game like this.
Yeah, great incentive to be able to do that, and the thoughtfulness of Coach Snyder and his staff to be able to do that, and then be able to offer their crowd and their home fans a great opportunity to be able to travel across town to enjoy the environment.
Alana Stevens, sophomore guard, off the bench, knocking down a 3 for Haskell. El Tayeb from 12 feet, off the mark. Tatiana Brown, freshman for the Jayhawks, out of Colorado, in for the first time, snares a rebound. She had 8 boards in the matchup with Denver on Sunday. Here's the 3 off the bench from Stevens.
Great job, Stevens, recognizing the freshman Tatiana Brown going under that screen, just giving a little bit of space for her to be able to gather herself and knock down that 3-point.
Kick out to Harshaw for 3, and that's pure. Brittany Harshaw has come out firing off the bench. 8 points in just over 2 minutes for Harshaw.
Harshaw has a little smirk running down her face, and part of it's a little bit of relief knocking down one of her early 3s in the season.
Harshaw already a season-high 8 here in this one. Jayhawks get another steal. Copeland pokes it away. Here comes Canessa. Up court against the zone. Kick out to Copeland for 3. Off the mark, battle for the rebound. Brown snares it away, and Kansas will get another possession. Tayeb turns and kicks. Copeland drives to the hole. Left it a bit short. Rebounded by Lish Spoonhunter into the lineup for Haskell. Bree Johnson, a freshman guard, also in the mix. And we have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Stevens, preventing the bucket the other way here in the latter stages. And the foul will send Brittany Harshaw to the free throw line.
Coach Snyder and his staff taking advantage of this early first quarter lead, getting some valuable minutes and some valuable repetitions into some of their reserves. And I think none more important than the minutes and the reps that Nadir El Tayeb is getting, is they're really going to have to lean on her as conference play is getting ready to start, with the absence of Jalea Davis, with the absence of another power forward, Reagan Williams, with the All-American Audie Crooks from Iowa State, waiting for them this Sunday in Ames, Iowa, number 10 team in the country.
Conference play getting underway Sunday for the Jayhawks on the road. Rebound and an opportunity at a final possession here this opening quarter for Kansas. Canessa out front, and defended by Dauphiné. And a whistle and a foul on Dauphiné. And that'll send Sanaya Copeland to the free throw line.
You know, it's not a bad foul. You want to see that type of activity when you're in a zone. At the top of that zone, trying to cause a little bit of disruption and confusion, maybe get a deflected passes. You really want to stay away from a zone mentality of just trying to sit back and protect the paint. But try to find other ways to impact the game defensively as Dufine stepped up and tried to force the turnover.
Now she'll try to beat the buzzer. Shot just a bit short from 3. So Kansas, strong start. 7-0 run to close the opening. In the middle, but that's not all. Addie Brown is off to a terrific start to her campaign as well. Very good Iowa State squad up in the frozen tundra of Ames, Iowa, coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, and you look at that lineup that they have coming up scheduling-wise, and you know the real question around it isn't, hey, where can you get a win? How can we protect home court? But right now is how healthy are we going to be against these opponents? Is you're thinking that Reagan Williams is going to be out for a few weeks. Though she's a tough player and is going to work hard to get back. And then it seems like Jalea Davis is getting closer and closer with that lower leg injury. And boy, they're certainly going to need her as they understand what's looming for the Big 12.
Dufine knocks down the free throw. There's 2 players at the 4 spot. Essentially, you lose some height out of the lineup as well, and Reagan Williams and the 5-star freshman Jalea Davis, who we've only had the opportunity to see in 3 games this year, but did have a 28-point performance earlier in the season. Here's a shot from Keely Parks from the corner, another of the freshman class for the Jayhawks. So missing Williams and Davis, and certainly as you head to league play, you love every big body that can be available for you. So the Jayhawks might, Wayne, have to play a little small to start the conference campaign.
Yeah, have to play a little smaller or have smaller players play bigger than maybe what their size shows in the media guide.
Samaya Nichols back on the floor, along with Lily Meister. Got off to the fast start for Kansas with 7 points, make it 9. She turns and goes strong to the hole.
You know, Coach Snyder really has to be pleased with that portal acquisition of Lily Meister. You know, so many times you have such a small window to evaluate portal players. That's not a traditional recruiting cycle, and you just try to look at, you know, points and rebounds and experience and not fully know who you've gotten. But I think he's got to be really pleased with the early production that he's gotten from Lily Meister, and I think that her experience playing big Power 4 basketball, transferring from Indiana, is really going to help and continue to grow this team as they get ready to start in conference as well.
Meister had 96 games at Indiana, including 17 starts a season ago. Very valuable in the middle for Kansas. Haskell gets the basketball back. They're trying to work inside now. Meister with the block shot on Murray. Murray hit the earlier 3, this time on the inside. Quickly up court, Evans got under the basket, so kicks it out to Fendel for 3. Maybe Fendel continues her hot shooting. Coming off the big performance, 17 points against Denver.
Yeah, and I thought the whole freshman group, Libby Fandel, Keely Parks, and Tati Brown, had a fantastic outing against Denver. It's a great time to see your freshman core get valuable minutes and build some good confidence, seeing the ball go through the basket, getting real game reps.
Astorga on the drive, Evans on the block. Haskell has it back. Dufine, their leading scorer, over 17, or second leading scorer, I should say, 17 a game. Leading 3-point shooter, gets it off to Fox for the wing 3. There's Ivy Fox, the leading scorer for this squad, better than 18 a game, knocks down the bucket.
The lefty showing the quick trigger there. You could almost see it in her eyes that, hey, if I get this basketball back, it's going up, and it's going up quick.
They left Parks alone for a second. Fox then jumped out. Parks resets now to Samaya Nichols. Parks now gets it back, gets bumped out front by Murray.
Haskell foul number 44, Tia Murray, her first team foul of the quarter.
Fox, she's a transfer from LaSalle. 18 points, better than 6 rebounds, leading in scoring and rebounding for this Haskell squad. Meister gets the ball, gets a step, tries to run down the runway, and is fouled.
You know, in that replay of Fox, it's a small little subtlety, but she did a nice job of relocating, just 2 shuffles to the left, which then creates a little bit more space, causing that closeout by your primary defender just to be a little bit longer than it was when they had gone for help initially, which gave her just enough space to get that shot off. Nice heads-up basketball IQ play there by Fox.
Meister goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And she's in double figures with 10, 1 off her season high. Good opening half for Lily Meister. Looking the backdoor cut. Fox throws it up top to Astorga. Astorga still on the bounce and has it stripped away by Parks. Kansas back the other way, 3-on-2. Parks stops from 15, can't hit. Put-back buckets up and good for Lily Meister. And Meister with a season high now with a dozen.
Meister with her season high point production being in large part due to her activity on the offensive glass, as she's been able to accrue 3 offensive rebounds already.
1 shot and out now for Haskell. Here's Parks the other way for 3. Off the front iron. Evans takes it back, and Kansas with a fresh possession. You were mentioning kind of the freshman class. You can also see a nice give and go from Nichols to Evans. You're mentioning the freshman class, though, Wayne. You can just kind of see it. Parks, Vandell, all kind of starting to get it now a little bit, right? It takes a little while to get accustomed to a new system in college and everything that goes with it, but at some point in time, it kind of turns, and you hope it turns right as you're ready to go to conference season, and that looks like to be the case with this freshman group.
Yeah,
Sans Julia Davis.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially with Katie Parks, her last 3 games. You know, she was a little bit behind schedule as she suffered that ankle injury earlier this summer that kept her out from some meaningful practice opportunities. And, you know, she was brought here to be a starter, and it's nice to see her start to work her way into that starting lineup with some confidence and then also some productivity from behind the 3-point line in the non-conference.
Jayhawks bringing a fresh 5 here. Here's Brown to the hoop. Got her own miss. Trying to get her own miss again. Rebounded, though, on the inside by Fox of Haskell. Brown, Knessa, Copeland, Harshaw, and El Tayeb back into the Kansas lineup. Stolen away, and here comes Knessa on the dribble. And another timeout for Haskell as he sees the Jayhawks go on a 7-0 spurt. Back with more in a moment from Allen Fieldhouse. Couple of spurts now in the midst of a 7-0 run. Leading Haskell, then just down the street, just a couple of, we didn't count the stoplights, we probably should have on the way in, but just a few stoplights away, just down the street in this inner city matchup.
It was great seeing Denai Papadopoulou in the house as her basketball time is up here for the Jayhawks, but still a student, aerospace engineering major.
My goodness.
Yes, that would keep me here over 4 years. I'd be here about 7 years trying to follow along with that track.
Jayhawks all getting a touch on this trip. Brown had it poked away. Dufresne takes it back. The point guard for Haskell gets it off to Fox. Her 3 is missed. And Brown the rebound. Up court. Nice run out and basket for Brittany Harshaw. Continues her nice night. She's got a season high dozen to go along with Lily Meister. Meister and Harshaw each with 12.
Fantastic job by Brittany Harshaw using that long stride of hers to, man, really dig in those first few steps and creating some separation from herself and that Haskell defense. Slide Knessa has a nice heads-up play, finding her in transition.
Flint on the miss, back the other way, Kansas. Little flip pass, Knessa finds Harshaw for the wing three. Harshaw back-to-back buckets. And this one from beyond the arc. Her second made three of the night. Dufine step back three is missed. Dufine shooting almost 40% from the arc this season. Harshaw again, and splashes again, this time from the other side. Thought maybe that was the heat check.
Yeah,
it's just the heat continuing for Harshaw.
It certainly was the heat check, and she made that first three late in that first quarter, and it was a smirk after she made it. Now that she's made two more, it's turned into a full-blown, big-time, ear-to-ear smile. And she's excited to already get out her season high well before the end of this first half.
Harshaw, first double-figure game of the season for her as well. Remember, though, a season ago she had a big 8 3-pointer performance against Iowa State. So she could shoot it from three. Good to see her get going just in time for conference play, as the Jayhawks will head to Iowa State coming up on Sunday. Fox the turnover. Back to Kansas. Turnovers have been an issue for Haskell here in this opening half. Now 13 turnovers. Knessa on the bounce in the lane, gets it El Tayeb. And Harshaw continues to go, this one from the corner. Wing, corner. She's going to hit all the spots on the floor. Dufine answers the other way for Haskell. That stops a big run from Kansas. There's the heat check from Harshaw. Shoot till you miss.
And I don't think Coach Snyder was going to try to talk her out of continuing to let it fly, given the start that she's gotten off to early in this game.
Brittany Harshaw with 21 in 7 minutes.
And, you know, even you talk about the heat check and the volume in which she's been shooting and the type she's made, all of her shots have been the right shots. They haven't been selfish shots. They haven't been forced shots.
Off the screen, Copeland steps in front of it, rips it away, goes the other direction, and is fouled by Dufine, who nicely comes over and pulls her off the hardwood, but Copeland will get the free throws. Dufine picks up her second, the point guard for Haskell. She's over talking to Coach Strom at the moment, but will stay in with her 2 fouls here in this opening half. Sanaya Copeland been busy at the free throw line. This is her 6th attempt of the evening. It's her 5th, all 5 of her points coming at the free throw line in this opening half.
Yeah, and I think Sanaya, as her new role has grown with this 25-26 team, she's recognizing, hey, we've got enough shooters with the addition of Parks and Fandel. Hey, I'm gonna go put some pressure on the rim. And if she does that with her ability and her quickness to drive, she's been able to draw some fouls and create some opportunity from the free throw line.
Starter a season ago, Copeland now coming off the bench. Harshaw again. Brittany Harshaw now 5 for 6 from the arc and 24 first half points.
You see the entire KU bench up off their feet celebrating their teammates' success, and it's always something good to see, as probably going to be some limited minutes from the starters during this contest, but to see them to continue to stay engaged and have smiles on their faces and cheer for the reserves and players that don't normally get high volume minutes is a great sign of team culture.
El Tayeb, high post, shot is missed. Rebound taken away by Haskell. Penn comes away with the rebound. Dufine now handling. Stevens on the crossover. Lost it for a second. Shot clock difference about 5 seconds. High post out of Flint. Off the window and good.
Nice job there by Flint, recognizing her one-on-one matchup against El Tayeb in the...
Wyatt Canessa beats the buzzer. They may take a look, but it looked like that one dropped before.
Get some good opportunities with some pick and roll action, but just weren't able to secure the basketball in traffic. Maybe that was a little bit of nerves to start this game off in this environment, and maybe those nerves have worn off as they'll get a chance to come out and compete for another good portion of time.
Dufine got it inside to Murray on the first trip, but couldn't convert. Here goes Nichols to work down the lane on the dribble with the left hand, up and good.
Samaya Nichols, such a tough one-on-one matchup in any scenario, but especially when she's in transition downhill with that left hand.
Long three is up and missed by Dufine. Rebound to Kansas. Dufine got a hand on that one on the attempt at the wing pass to Parks, knocked out of bounds. Kansas will maintain possession. Each team operating offensively in front of their own bench here in half number 2. Because the Jayhawks are dealing with a couple of injuries, though, Wayne, that you can't really empty the bench. Everybody playing for the Jayhawks so far here on the season, and we're still trying to work through kind of some rotations, but the Jayhawk bench was very, very effective, and then kind of went almost 5 in, 5 out here in this one.
Yeah, as we see Ivy Fox, and it's a good opportunity there as she does a great job in faking that dribble handoff, getting downhill with her left hand. Ball just trickles out.
Jayhawks again, open league play coming up Sunday at Iowa State.
Entering the game for Haskell, number 35, Addison Green.
Addison Green in for the first time, wearing 35, a junior forward out of Oklahoma. Checks in for the first time. Again, Haskell Indian Nations University, just across town here in Lawrence. First meeting between these two schools since 1974. Kansas leading the all-time series 4-1. The NAIA school here tonight. The only, again, 4-year university for Native Americans. It is operated by the federal government, 900 students, representing 150 tribal nations. And they're their defending conference champs as well. Driving down the lane is Samaya Nichols and draws the foul, going to the hoop on Astorga. Got the shoulders passed and drives in with the left hand, and Nichols back to her familiar spot, the free throw line. And she's leading the nation in free throw makes and attempts so far on the season. A rare miss here, but Meister comes away with the rebound.
Nichols doing a nice job in her effort to get to that free throw line and changing speed, which makes it very difficult to guard as a defender, someone that can stop, start, and go in a variety of capacities. And sometimes that short pause with that basketball in your hands can just cause the defender to come up out of a stance just enough to be able to blow by him.
Nichols using the screen well. Fox has to switch off. Green picks up Nichols and commits the foul. Three free throw attempts on the season for Nichols.
Josh, you highlighted the tribal nations that Haskell represents. I got to give a shout out to own family tribal nation, the Cherokee Nation. It's my wife Katie and 5 children are a part of that nation, as her family hails from near Tahlequah, Oklahoma, capital of the Cherokee Nation.
Dufine trying to beat the shot clock, got her own rebound, skips it back out. Fox will launch for 3. That one off the mark, rebound to Kansas.
You see Kansas slowing it down a little bit, trying to work some half-court action.
Nichols is left open.
Yeah, found himself wide open. I'm sure coach wanted to see that play through its duration, but Nichols couldn't help herself being that open, which is rarely the case, as she's oftentimes covered up by 1, if not 2 defenders.
Off the screen goes Penn for her first made 3. Haskell's knocked down 5 3-pointers here in this one. Nichols now being defended by Stevens. They've used 3 different players now on Nichols, and she's gone to work now in double figures with 11.
Yeah, well, very rarely is a one-on-one matchup going to work against a player like Samaya Nichols. It can't be 3 individual defenders. Most times it's got to be 3 defenders collectively, a primary defender on the ball, and you have to have 2 built in help, especially trying to keep her out of the paint.
Nichols committing the foul, then Wyatt Knessa comes off the bench to replace Samaya Nichols. Just her first. Nichols getting into double figures, and Dufine missed the shot. Back the other way comes Kansas in transition. Evans spins and hits. Elle Evans with 8.
Pretty impressive show of skill there by Elle Evans. That pitch ahead pass seemed to be a little bit ahead of her, and she knocked it down with 1 hand to herself and caught it on the bounce, and nice spin move there for the finish.
Penn hit a 3 a moment ago, this time missed from the corner. Parks with the rebound for Kansas, and Haskell pressuring in the backcourt. Knessa is dumped and fouled by Penn. Third foul on Penn, and she'll check out of the Haskell lineup. Hannah Finder checking in for the first time, freshman guard out of Washington.
Coach Strom using these minutes here in the 3rd quarter to get some valuable reps and opportunities for his reserves.
Shot clock down to 5. Evans on the drive, had it knocked away by Fox, who's whistled for the foul. Time on the floor will take one as well. Midpoint here of the Brittany Harshaw wearing 23, 24 first half points in just 9 minutes for Harshaw in that opening half. A confidence boost for her heading in to the start of conference season. Thrown in and tied up. Kansas will have the possession arrow. Finder and Fox dumping down onto El Tayeb to force the tie-up.
Yeah, nice job by Haskell representing that, recognizing that Euro action and getting that tied up, as El Tayeb was trying to hand it back off to the inbounder, Lai Knessa. That's becoming a growing baseline out of bounds trend. Is sometimes you catch the defender guarding the person throwing the ball in bounds asleep. They're ready to recognize that on that possession.
Foul after the miss, and a rare one at that tonight from Brittany Harshaw, but Knessa was there and then is fouled by Fox. Second foul on Fox, and Knessa will be at the free throw line. Like Knessa, also a little bit different role for her this year as well, after starting a season ago. Now being called upon as a veteran upperclassman to help bring this freshman group along, and Knessa will be able to spell at the point guard spot, obviously, for Nichols. Can move her as a second ball handler as well. Very valuable piece to this Kansas attack, but now kind of in a different role than a year ago.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you want to see in that transition from an underclassman to an upperclassman, is being able to not only step up and embrace a change of role, but to lead a group, as Canessa often does with that second unit. As we see her there with a great pitch ahead pass to El Tayeb as she connects off the backboard.
First basket for El Tayeb. Pretty good catch there as well for Nadira. Kick out for three is up and good for Fox. Ivy Fox knocks down the trifecta. Haskell now with 6 made threes. Fox nearly got the steal there. Harshaw with the basketball for Kansas. Kansas on the bounce, lost the defender, and there was a reason why. Push off on Nadir El Tayeb. There's El Tayeb on the offensive end, though. Look at the catch in traffic there. And up with the left hand.
Yeah, nice job not only catching in traffic, but recognizing where she was in proximity to the basket, front of the rim, and then also being able to find a good backboard angle to make sure that she finished that play.
Green at the free throw line. Gets it now out front to Stevens. In the corner now, Dufine. Blocked by Brown. Trying to get a three-point attempt up. Tatiana Brown with the rejection. Good step out that time for the freshman. Here's Harshaw off the bounce. El Tayeb, the nice roll, had it knocked away by Stevens. And they'll call it a tie-up, possession arrow to Haskell. So good job recovering by Alana Stevens. Get a hand in there.
Yeah, great job by Stevens and not giving up on the play. She was clearly beat on that pick and roll by Harshaw and El Tayeb, but stayed competitive and active, and not only the easy basket, but actually stole a possession back for her team.
Kansas hassling on the defensive end. Dufine trying to get out of trouble, gets it to Fox. Middle of the lane, turns to Spoonhunter. Her shot is missed on the block. Rebound to Kansas. Harshaw the drive. Ball was knocked away. Kansas will keep it. Harshaw gets it on the interior to Brown, and she travels. Trying to get Brown into the scorebook, the only Jayhawk that has not scored so far here tonight. 9 of the 10 that have played have scored, and Brown whistled for the turnover here.
It's nice to see Coach Strom make that defensive adjustment, as earlier in that first half, Haskell kind of stayed back in his zone. They've switched to man, which has allowed for a little bit more activity and aggression for them to show, and it's forced the Jayhawks to come up with some empty possessions and creating some opportunities to get back in the game.
Stevens stepped on the end line, turnover back to Kansas. Vanessa quickly across midcourt, defended by Finder. Pick and roll once again, run well by El Tayeb, who gets the interior bucket. Nice job by El Tayeb, about a couple of buckets down low.
Yeah, we've seen a lot made of Harshaw's point productivity early in the game, but she's made some really great passes and that pick and roll action. And it's one thing that even, no matter what the score is, Coach Snyder has an expectation for his Jayhawks to play at a high standard in terms of effort, competitiveness, focus, and of course being assignment correct. And I feel like for the most part, they've been able to keep that up.
El Tayeb had a deep post up on Dufine. point guard for Haskell. Dufine got a hand on it to knock it away. Good job after the switch to stay in it. Dufine will check out. Yes, Shayla Flint will check in. Inside to Brown, blocked by Fox, got a piece of it. Minute to go here in the third.
Tati Brown really struggling to finish around the basket this contest. As good as she was against Denver earlier in the weeks, just can't quite find the angle to be able to finish off these opportunities.
And we're gonna have a whistle and a foul on the perimeter. Kansas on the push. I believe that's gonna be whistled on Brown. Check that, El Tayeb picks up the foul, her second. Guarding on the perimeter. Well, Haskell inbounds, under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Thrown up top, but Copeland is the closest to it. And here's the easiest basket she'll ever get. Running the floor on the hoop.
Looked like just a little bit of a miscue there by Fox. And
first field goal for Copeland, who has 7, 5 of those previously at the free throw line. Knessa up ahead. Harshaw with the lay-in, her first bucket here in the second half, and that matches a career high. 26 for Harshaw. That was the easiest of the 26 for her. She ran the floor on the assist from Knessa. El Tayeb gets the knockaway. Trying to beat the buzzer here is Brown. Flips it up and can't beat the third quarter buzzer. Jayhawks to put up
for that.
No more Currys at Davidson, right?
No more Currys,
okay,
but
good.
still I think he might be the GM there now, so there still could be some Curry influence.
Jayhawks get the opening possession of the fourth quarter. Lily Meister off the offensive glass, off the miss from Evans. Meister, season high 14 points, 9 rebounds as well for Meister in solid minutes. And the starting role tonight for Kansas, the transfer from Indiana. Back the other way comes Flint with the inside bucket for Haskell.
Great job by Flint there with the difficult catch and finish over Meister for both of those.
Parks on the drive, slipped through with the left hand. And Keely Parks with the drive for 2. She has 5.
A nice recognition there by the freshman as she saw that in that pick and roll action that there was no defender that fully committed to her, was able to get all the way to the basket for the easy finish.
She's one of those freshmen, Wayne, that you could see is starting to get more and more. Certainly been more comfortable on the defensive end of the floor and finding her shots when appropriate on the offensive end. Fox the bucket for Haskell.
Yeah, nice finish here by Fox. And Keely Parks, you know, she's a coach's kid, and so she has a great IQ and feel for the game, which is only going to develop as the season goes along for her.
Elle Evans drains the 3, her first made 3 of the night, and extends her streak. She's hit a 3 in every game this season thus far for Kansas. The drive and the foul as Penn fouled by Copeland. And Sanaya Copeland a little slow to get up here, laying on the floor in the midst of the lane. Penn will be at the free throw line.
And I actually think that we've gotten a charge there as the official under the basket pointed.
Yep. There will be a charge on Penn, so a hard foul there, and Copeland being helped off, a little bit of a limp here as she heads to the Jayhawk bench.
Yeah, and she was clearly there in time and set, and it looked like the initial injury didn't come off the first contact, but I think maybe in the follow through there, maybe Fox might have landed on top of her.
She'll head to the end of the bench and get a look-see from the training staff. Looks like she's going to untie one of the shoes, may have turned an ankle too.
Training staff has been way too busy here early in the non-con, but the good news is that they stopped there at the end of the bench and did not proceed into the locker room for any further medical attention as Elle Evans draws attention to her 3-point shooting total. She hits back-to-back 3s from deep.
Evans, 32 made threes now on the season. We saw Harshaw shooting threes in the opening half. She and Evans, man, I'd take those two in a game of horse any day. Was practice about a week ago, and they were running through the shooting drills. Libby Fandel, add her to that one as well. They were, but at one end of the floor was Evans and Harshaw, and they were taking all the spots on the floor, and they had a certain amount of time in which they could shoot.
And let's clarify that. You would take them to shoot for you, not you would take them as in take them on.
Yeah,
because,
not a chance.
Okay.
Not a chance.
Yes.
Not a chance. But watching the two of them put together a little three-point shooting display was pretty impressive.
You know what? You're not wrong. I don't think I'd take them on either.
Parks for three. Long rebound. Evans tracks it down in the corner. Fresh possession for Kansas. Haskell looking to bring in 5 new players at the next dead ball. Parks gets the 3 in front of the Jayhawk bench. Jayhawks have hit 11 threes here tonight.
The big time skip pass there by Lai Canessa, who doesn't quite look like she has the frame to get the ball there, but threw a dart on time, on target to Keely Parks. Look at that. Look at that beautiful pass there. Keely didn't even have to adjust her hands to be able to get it.
So Libby Fandel gets the foul. May have helped out Haskell there. They were trying to get to their 5 new players on the floor and do so. So wholesale substitutions now for Haskell. Handling out front is Allie Green. Hands off now to Lily Smith. Smith from Topeka nearby. At a guard spot wearing number 23. And a shot clock violation will be a turnover back to Kansas. Murray back on the floor along with Astorga. Astorga, one of the starters for Haskell. And also Shahalis Alec, who played in the opening half, the senior guard as well, back on the floor, the fresh 5 for Haskell. Fandel on the drive. Through the lane, uses the window. And Fandel off the dribble, gets the bucket.
Pretty high degree of difficulty shot there. She leaned that left shoulder in to draw contact, maybe to try to draw a foul at the bare minimum, create some separation, and was able to finish with that right hand as all of her momentum was carrying her away from the basket.
Step back 3 from Green is missed. Parks the rebound. Keely Parks switching speeds, now gets to do El Tayeb trailing in the lane. And the Jayhawks have hit 100.
Great pass there by Keely Parks, is through 2 defenders. She changed speed, as you had mentioned, and then threaded the needle to the waiting El Tayeb, showing the nice touch to finish.
Green picked up her dribble, now looking for help. Skips it to Alec. Alec on the bounce. Now to Murray. Murray. Shot in and out. Murray hit an early 3 for Haskell. This time the 15-footers off the mark. Fandel on the roll. Evans. Reverse is no good. Tried to fight for her own rebound and ripped away by Murray. Jayhawks have done a nice job team rebounding tonight. Bunch of players getting in that rebound column, and I know that'll please the coaching staff as well. Timeout on the floor after the foul. Nadira El Tayeb getting involved. Midpoint of the 4th quarter. We'll be back on ESPN Plus. Job beyond the arc. Past the midpoint here of this 4th quarter. Pick and roll. Brown in the lane. Off the pass from Canessa, and Tatiana Brown, the only Jayhawk yet to have scored, will head to the free throw line with an opportunity. Whistle the foul on Astorga.
Yeah, and we saw in those highlights highlighting not only the number of threes made, but I'd also point out that they're the right threes made. Nothing forced, nothing late shot clock, late possession, all coming off rhythm threes, specific half-court actions, paint touches, second chance points off rebounds and kickouts. They're all the type of right threes that you want to have a team take. So when you take the right threes, it gives you a better opportunity to make threes.
Brown still can't get on the board. Just a pair of free throws there. Pick and roll again. And El Tayeb has feasted on that particular offering in this second half. Adira El Tayeb now with 8.
You know, we've seen that pick and roll action be really effective for the Jayhawks here in this second half. And one of the reasons is because of the success behind the three-point arc, as the defenders are maybe a little bit more hesitant to be in help position to guard that pick and roll action, trying to cover up the three-point shooters.
Astorga on the bounce, drives and is fouled going to the hoop. Blocking foul on Harshaw. That'll send Astorga to the free throw line. All right. How did this game come about? I asked both coaches. Obviously, these two teams, very close proximity to one another. They have interacted quite a bit. The two coaches have become friendly with one another, but it really stems from head coach Adam Strong of Haskell. You may remember national news earlier this year. He was among 30 employees laid off at Haskell, which is, again, a university operated by the federal government. So he was among 30 laid off at Haskell. This was in the midst of last year's basketball season. They were heading towards the postseason. He lost his job, stayed with the team as a volunteer, eventually reinstated and paid, and back at the helm of Haskell. But in that time, he says Brandon Schneider and Bill Self both reached out to him when he was laid off and said, is there anything we can do? And Strom told me he maybe jokingly, maybe not jokingly, said to Brandon Schneider, yeah, I'd love to get a guaranteed game to come play you guys at Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
And thought nothing of it, right? That was the conversation. And then he said about 6 months later, someone from the basketball office called and they said, are you serious about this? Would you be interested in playing a game against Kansas? He said, absolutely. And that's how this game kind of came about. I said, hey, you gotta shoot your shot every once in a while, right?
Yeah, for sure. And here it is, a win-win, as we see Kansas needing to add a game to the schedule. But for those of you watching who aren't familiar, a guaranteed game, there is a monetary exchange between usually the team that has a little bit more of a Power 4 type background to play a smaller school, to be able to travel all the way here to compete in a non-conference matchup. And so what a cool storybook ending. And as I had mentioned earlier at the start of the matchup, it's really about community supporting each other, as we see a nice three-point shot there by Lily Smith.
So Smith, the Topeka product, of course, from around here, plays here in Lawrence. And obviously from Coach Strom's perspective as well, he said, you know, they want to play games like this. They played Oral Roberts earlier. They'll play Kansas City coming up in their next game, so they do play some Division I schools as well. And he said, you know, they're very close with the Kansas program. They've watched them, they've cheered them on, and now they get to get out here, and he wanted to be fierce competitors here tonight in this matchup with Kansas. Coming from an independent conference, they basically have to win their conference tournament at the end of the season, and so that's what they're building for. And so he thinks games like this will be beneficial for them in the tail end of their season, which for them obviously the most important time of the year.
Yeah, beneficial in so many ways. And how cool is it to see multiple Division I schools to step up and assist in that, as you see Kansas City getting involved, and then Oral Roberts, which is right in Tulsa with its significant Indian Nations population there in that area. And so it's certainly a win-win in multiple categories as Haskell gets ready to defend that champion.
Coach Strom still coaching, Haskell still playing. Had to get a quick shot off though, and he's not going to be happy with this. They called the timeout, the waning stages of the shot clock, and came out of the timeout. He had that look of a coach that said, did we just go over this?
Yeah, you know, it's amazing what can be forgotten in the 60-foot walk from the bench during a timeout to your spot on the court.
Fandel for three in the corner, missed. Put back is no good from Brown. She'll be fouled and head to the free throw line. Tatiana Brown still looking for that first point. She does have 7 rebounds tonight. Mentioned 9 of the 10 that have played for Kansas have scored, and I really like the rebound number. 50 boards tonight all told for Kansas. Meister leading the way with 9, but 7 each for Fandel and Brown. 6 boards for Knessa, 6 boards for Evans. Love to see everybody kind of chipping in on the glass tonight. 4 rebounds in limited time for Samaya Nichols tonight.
The one thing I really appreciate about Tati Brown is you mentioned a little bit of her activity on the glass, but her struggles in the point column is she was able to make one of those free throws, but is 0 for 4 on her field goal attempts. Is that even though she's 0 for 4, her motor has not turned off. I mean, I think it's her best skill along with her athleticism as she plays at one speed. And you can't tell if she's having a good game or a bad game, but I mean, look, and there's that motor again as she's staying active all the way on the defensive end, and couldn't quite get the finish there, but stay tuned.
She says, I can't buy a bucket, but her speed is certainly on display. It does become the second, or the 10th Jayhawk, I should say, to score points tonight. All 10 that have played have scored, all 10 available as well, with the injuries to Jalea Davis and Reagan Williams both not playing again tonight.
And you know, clearly the Jayhawks are, have this game well at hand. They won the game against Denver in similar fashion, and an additional portion of those victories is not having to lean heavily on a Samaya Nichols, who's, I mean, they had a road stretch there where they were in the holiday tournament, Georgia, Dayton, then on the road, continued at Northwestern, at Missouri State, where it was as physical of a 4-game stretch as you could imagine. Leaned real heavily on her, but then to be able to give her a little bit of rest.
Green beat the shot clock by just getting the rim on the step through, but got her own putback bucket up and good. Allie Green with the made field goal for Haskell. Be able to say she got a bucket at Allen Fieldhouse. Inside to Brown, kicks it back out to Fandel. Harshaw, corner 3, missed it. Knessa's putback is a foul. So Harshaw is going for that career high. She has tied it tonight with 26. 24 of those coming in the first half. Missed the 3 there, which would have given her a new career high. Knessa at the free throw line knocks down the first. Jayhawks a solid 19 for 25 from the free throw line tonight as well. This is the final tune-up before the start of conference play, which begins on Sunday on the road at Iowa State. Final possession here of this one. Up and fouled, and that's the local product, Lily Smith. So Smith will get to the free throw line.
Lily Smith at the line shooting 2.
And she'll get to shoot a pair. It's the first. Smith hit a 3 a little bit earlier here in the second half. Now adds her first free throw of the night. Fandel the rebound. And that will do it. Kansas winning the non-conference matchup. There was much more than basketball tonight. They're playing crosstown Haskell tonight. And Jayhawks win at 107-39. The two head